Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, back by popular demand. It's been a minute, at least by our standards. And I know I was just on not long ago. I told y'all that I'll be with y'all tomorrow night, but hey, it's just like OG, we don't know what we doing. We just, whatever time that the time permits, here we are. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on this prime time Saturday night, we might as well give you the prime time edition of the one and only, the Cowboys OG podcast that is being seen and heard everywhere right now. I ask that you guys would hit that share button, hit that like button. That'll let everybody and help us out to let them know that we're on right now. I hope that you would do that for us. I hope that you would at least hit the like button for us as we come in. We're in the house, y'all. We're here to talk. We're here to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We don't know what's going to be said. You see my guy Jules there. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen. We got
We're trying to link our channels. I forgot to do that.
well, see when we OD, we forget stuff. I forgot that what music I use for this stuff. It's all good. We gonna get it together. It makes no difference. We here in the building, right up there. You can see on the left is the one and only Cowboy Joe. Put your hands together for him. He's in the building. Ain't no telling what he's gonna talk about, but whatever it is he want to talk about, we're gonna talk about it. And then of course, right there, me on his left. Y'all know me, big time, whatever. Yeah, it's just me. Y'all know me, okay? But then right there, you got the biggest box. I put him there for a reason because I can see him.
Got the pressure on me.
Yeah, I put him there because he's what I consider the glue of the two. He's connected to both of us. You understand? Right there in the middle, the one and only B Bird. Put your hands together for him. And all three of us, we make up what we call ourselves the OGs, the Cowboy OGs. We're here. We're ready to rock. We're ready to talk. We're ready to get some things going. We're here to cause chaos, to go against some of you folks that's, Cowboy homers. We're here to tell the truth. That's what it is. You may not like what we have to say, but we're going to say it anyway, all right? Hope you guys will share there. Hello to everybody, at least from my end. Let me make sure I am on TikTok. I believe I am. I'm about ready to see if I am before I say I'm not. Let me check it out. And no, I'm not. I'm not on TikTok right now. So forget TikTok. Right now I'm on all my spots. What's going on to everybody? Let's go ahead and get this party started. Let me see if I know what you want to know, Joe. Want to know if I'm hooked up or not. Let's see. As of right now, you are not.
I'm not linked. I'm not. My channel's not connected still.
Not as of now. Not as of now. At least I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead and start with B Bird. I'm gonna see if Jules can figure it out. Just give me a few minutes.
We good. We good. Well, let's talk, gentlemen. Let's see what's going on here in Cowboy land. At least what has piqued your interest. B Bird, you got the power to kind of just take over the whole show. So
let me tell you something. Just listen to some content creators. They kind of gave me some ideas, not ideas, but kind of hit it dead on the nose. I think we've been suffering from this. I heard Boss Cowboy, he had a show, and I can't remember who it was with. I can't remember who it was with, but it was talking about ageism. Did anybody ever get the chance to see that show?
Yes.
And I think a lot of times they hit it out the park, man, because I think teams are made of young talent, but then you got to put some guys in place that's older, but then and that's already there, right? So because a team can't, if you just drafted a team, at some point you're going to have a 12-year guy if they're good, and then you're going to have a first-year guy. So and then that guy would go out, and so you can't draft because everybody won't be on the same level of ready to win this. If that's a bad word, but y'all get it. At the same time, you can't keep everybody be in different parts of their growth if you do that. So what you want to do, to me, is you get young players, but if you got some places where you can add some veterans in, especially some veterans that are going to add to how they prepare and all that, and on the page, kind of like a Gilmore was. You bring in veterans like that can still play the game, but also are ready to win. So, they talked about that. And one of the things I think some fans and the front office, and this is what I got from that. I wish I could have told Boss this because I caught the video late. But age is not a talent. It ain't, y'all. And some people think we the youngest team. I swear to y'all, before I got it as a content creator, I could not stand that terminology because people think that young, that means they're going to be good. Guess what, y'all? They got young and sorry players out there. They do. And so you hang on to a young and sorry player, that could tank your doggone season. And so I just one of the things that I want to talk about, just kind of write some things down, is that ageism thing. No, guys that's 28 and 29 and 30 years old can still play. And I think they brought that up because of Nick Chubb, right? And I think what ends up happening is you could look at age, and if you could see a decline going with age, and then you can say, okay, this guy's kind of falling off. But even in that, if they're falling off, I mean, how much are they? Let me give you an example. So if you had a wide receiver that's, like Mike Evans, you get Mike Evans, right? And Mike Evans caught 75 balls for, 1,200 yards. And that's not, he's caught like more and had more yards. Then you got to say, yeah, he's not the Mike Evans, but is he better than what we have? Well, yeah, he's way better than what we have. So then what's the problem? I don't get that. Like, that's when people start getting into that ageism thing. And I think that people get caught up with, they just want young guys. No, we want productive guys here. I mean, if they're productive and young, that's better, right? But we still want production. We don't want to just age and promise. We can't do it with promise. If you look at every team that's went to the Super Bowl, they have a mixture of older players and younger players. Maybe younger players, more of that. But you do have older players that's still making plays out there. If they're making plays out there, I think I told y'all this before, is that Calais Campbell. I've been wanting him I told my son, I've been wanting Calais Campbell for 10 years. And people been saying he's been old for 10 years. And all he does is continue. After they say he's old, he goes out and plays and outplay these young guys. And so it's time for us to start, as fan base and as the front office, to get off this ageism stuff and just see if a guy can play. If he played well last year, then he's probably going to play well again this year. I don't mind taking a chance on that guy. And he may fall on his face, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good decision, right? So I just want to just bring that part up right now to start us off.
I firmly believe in that, and in this case, to be honest with you look at the Cowboys team, you may not have a choice but to go with some ageism, because you're depending on young edge rushers who don't know nothing. So you got guys out there like Bosa, you got guys out there like Von Miller, you got guys out there like Cam Jordan, who will help the team. You're not dependent on them to be what they were, but in spots. And a Von Miller who's still fast coming off the edge, it is without a question that he could help your team, especially if you're talking about a committee, the Bobby Wagners, as much as, those type of names.
Yeah.
Guys who are aged up but know how to play the game, don't need a training camp. All you need to do is tell them what defense it is. They've seen every defense that it is. You have to understand what your team is, and young does not mean you may have some young and could be easily bamboozled by offensive and defensive coordinators combined, because you don't know. The bottom line is what worked at Alabama won't work in Dallas.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? What worked at playing the Pac-12, that ain't gonna work in the NFC East. You know what I'm saying? You really have to understand where you are, but you need a mixture. But some teams are in the process of rebuilding. But in the Cowboys case, before I throw it to Joe, the Cowboys, listen, we don't have time for rebuilding. We don't. Not if you're talking about winning the championship. There's no way in the world that we can be talking about rebuilding. Yes, it's good to mix in some of these guys, without a doubt. But we can't afford. We just can't afford to have these guys in. We just can't afford to have just a bunch of young guys. So even what's up, Coach Marv? I see you. What you can't afford, it's good to balance it off. Well, make no mistake about it, you talking about winning a world championship. Let's see Bo Jackson or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. You need some veteran leadership in this building.
Absolutely.
And I understand where we are, and Rashad Gary is probably that guy for us in there, but we also need some talent. So I'm not opposed, and I'm just I know this ain't where we were going with it, but I'm not opposed to having somebody like a Joey Bosa. I'm not opposed to having somebody like a Von Miller in the building. I'm not depending on Von to be Von Miller 10 years ago. I just need him on 3rd and 6.
Yep.
I need him on 3rd and 7. I know what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I know what he can do still. I know he still got some gas left in the tank to go rush the passer. That's what I need. Instead of saying, let's depend on this young rookie that we got, rookies don't do too well from as far as edge goes. Rookies don't do too well linebacker wise. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in full agreement with you. We need some age. I ain't saying no old man. Go get me Clowney. Go get me Clowney back. I ain't got no problem with Clowney being on this team. I think he'll help the team. I don't have no problem with it. Joe, what you think about it, man? I don't want to hog up the whole thing.
No, you're good. I agree with you guys. I think also we have one of the youngest coaching staffs in the league as well. So we do need some veteran guys on the team. So I think that has to be their next move. And I was going to tell you guys, so we know Von Miller. My son went to high school with him. Von, back in the day, came over to the house for a couple of sleepovers that we had. So we know him well. We'd love to see Von basically come back home and play, one more year. I think he had 9 sacks last year.
Yeah, he did.
And then the Cowboys, they let kind of the word get out that they were not interested in bringing Clowney back. I'm not really sure what that's all about because I thought he really played well. And I think he fits Christian Parker's system, what he want to do, the type of defense he's going to play. So, yeah, all the names that you mentioned, that has to be the next move. Get some veteran guys in here. And I would just say at the running back position as well. So our coaching staff, they're young guys. So I know there was some talk about them bringing in some senior coaches too. That didn't happen. But yeah, I'm looking at this roster. I think we just need a couple more pieces. We talked about edge. It's weird that we still trying to chase down edges after what happened with Micah, but that has to kind of be the next move is to get some veteran guys in here. Vaughn, that would be terrific to get him in here and just let him finish out his career with the home team here. Who did Vaughn play with last year? Was it Buffalo?
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's what we need, and I just think at the edge position, what we got right now, I know, listening to Henny's show, he had an excellent show earlier talking about the defense. I want to kind of get into that. But Henny and Landlord, they don't like Gary. They said when they watched him on tape, he wasn't very good. So that edge position, that's the spot that kind of has me concerned. But I think we just a couple players away. I think from being an NFC Championship caliber team.
Well, one thing too, man, that came out this week that Josh Sweat might be available, and he's a 30-year-old defensive end. But if you really go back to it, I mean, if I say player for player, which one would you want? Would you want Sweat or Gary? I think pretty much all of us would say Sweat.
Sweat, yeah.
And so really, that pick that you gave up for Gary, you probably could have gave up maybe just a little bit more and got Sweat. And then his contract is only $19 million a year. And we're talking about a pass rush salaries excess of $50 million now. And, Mike is at 46. So if you get a guy like Sweat that may not be as good as those two guys, but we're talking about efficiency. I'm talking about financial efficiency. You get that guy for $19 million, you're doing pretty doggone good, to be honest with you. So that'll be a move I think the Cowboys could make, and do well with. I also think you look at Clowney and he's probably one of our best pass rushers from last year, but if you really look at the things that the front office and most fans look at, he's not young. So, oh my God, they're bringing in these retreads. But if you got a cold-blooded defensive end pair, then yeah, he'll be a retread. But when you're us and we don't really have anything like we didn't have last year, then he's the best thing that you got. And really, it took the Cowboys a little while to bring him in, to be honest with you. They're like, okay, we'll try him out or whatever. But I think it was the best thing for him. And I'll tell y'all this. If Parsons is here and Clowney's on the other side, Clowney's even more effective. So, Clowney coming back. Now, one thing I did hear someone say, and I can't remember who it was on Twitter or it was on a content creator show, They said that that they don't think that Clowney fits what CP wants to do. So he said because he probably would have been signed already. Now the reason why they said that is because of all the things that the Cowboys said about him, loving him and wanting him back before the season was out. And I wasn't on it was a show now because I remember, but I wasn't it wasn't live. I would have went back and told them, yeah, but that's the same thing they said they told Pickens too, and look where we are with that. So just because they're saying one thing, that don't mean that they want to bring him back. And that doesn't say that like Pickens, CP didn't want him, because the front office will say one thing and then do another one. So
yeah.
Well, it's a lot of this is going to be kind of determined. Hate to get it like it was with Eberflus, that you figured the committee would do well on edge, and then you found out that we just really weren't generating consistent pass rush at all until maybe when Quentin Williams got here. It got a little bit better. But, my question would be, if we're not generating effective enough pass rush, I did see this morning, Henny had a great show this morning, a great show.
Yeah,
it
was. He broke it down.
And what he was talking about was a bunch of schemes that Christian Parker may employ. It's what they did with Fangio and maybe what they did with Joseph a little bit. So you figure that he'll have some type of implementation of that in his defense. It may not be the carbon copy, but some of those he would do. Well, the thing about it is that out of all these exotic disguise type looks and starting off as zone and turns into man concepts, all that to confuse the quarterback, it won't do any good if you don't have no pass rush, because sooner or later the quarterback can just stand back there and just look and watch and all that type of stuff. And sooner or later a receiver gonna shake free. So it makes no difference if you don't have the pass rush and a quarterback can sit back there and take pictures and pose all day. Then it's gonna be not worth it, to be honest with you. Somebody's gonna light them up. So again, we need some pass rush, and I'm not trying to disrespect the guys that are there because we haven't seen it. I don't know if the rookie would be incredible or not. I don't know if Lawrence will be incredible. I don't know if Barham will do right. I don't know if Sam Williams in his last year gonna crank it up. I don't know if they bring back. I don't know if James Houston is still here. I don't know. I don't know if Izaraku, more importantly, I don't know what his next step of elevation will be. But if it's not, or it's somewhat of the same, then my question would be, how quick would the Cowboys pull the trigger on trying to get something done instead of doing what we did last year? If you know it's a problem, fix it. Go do what you got to do to get it done. We can't just have 10 games in and be at the bottom tier in sacks. The only way Christian Parker defense is going to work, unless you confuse the quarterback, pass rush, make that quarterback throw it out quicker, as we all know, the confusion, all that type of stuff. Pass rush is very important. And right now, it's too many unknowns instead of solid, no doubt stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's and I got question marks about Izaraku. I got question marks about the two rookies that we got. I got, oh God, what's going on my camera? I got question marks about Sam Williams. I got question marks about what would Gary do. See, I don't have the for sureties. I'm not trying to say Von Miller is a hero or something, but I'm saying I know what Von Miller can do. I don't even have to ask. I know if you get him in a pass rushing situation, he's gonna cause havoc. I know he is. You see what I'm saying? I know what Cam Jordan can do. I know what Bosa can do if he's healthy. Of course, if he's healthy, I know what kind of problem he can cause. I know it. I need some know it guys on this team. I don't know quite yet. I'm not saying we can't be, but I'm just saying right now I got too many incomplete grades on just about the whole defense, and sooner or later we got to transfer that till I know what they're gonna do. I think, to be honest with you, as crazy as it may sound, I know what Caleb Downs gonna do. I know what he gonna do. But he a rookie, but I know what he gonna do. That's about the only one I can say about. You know what I'm saying? I know what Quentin Williams gonna do. I know what Clinton Clark gonna do. I know what Kenny Clark is gonna do. But other than that, everybody else is question marks for me for right now. I know it's early, but I'm just saying I need some for some concrete for sureties on this team. That's what I need.
Well, hopefully, CP, they need to just let him go watch the Detroit game last year. That's what we need to avoid. My concern with this defense, and I was talking to my son Jules about this, is I'm still kind of concerned about this bend but don't break style of defense. So that's why I like what Henny showed today. It's going to be some man concepts built into it, because I think you're going to need it. I think if you in this league, if you just do bend but don't break, this Marinelli, Money Kiffin, Eberflus style defense, you're gonna find yourself in a track meet with these teams, and you just won't be able to stop them. B-Bird, they'll just go up and down the field because guys are good enough. The way the receivers and the rules are, you can just go up and down the field if you're doing bend but don't break, and next thing you know, your offense is kind of off the field. That's what happened when we played Detroit. We just got ourselves in a track meet type game, and we scored, I think, 34 points, but they scored 47.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So I want to see, he's going to have to do some blitzing or do something to put pressure on the quarterback, because I agree with both of you guys. Man, the guys that we got, I feel good about Downs. I feel more better about our safety room. It's way better. And I was going to mention this to you guys too. So Brian Brothers, shout out to him and Vach. There was some discussion on their show about Ravel still maybe wearing the knee brace.
Oh no!
If that's the case,
that's the case. Yeah.
Then and then also said that they were going to be careful with Bland. So you talking about the corner position? We may be looking at the rookie David Moore, Kalen Carson. Just get some guys out there that's healthy. I'm not as down on Bland as most people are. I think if Bland is healthy, one thing about Bland is he's going to tackle. He's going to tackle well. Is he going to get beat? Yeah, it's going to happen. There ain't no more shutdown corners in this league. Not the way the game is played now, but yeah, they got some things they got to answer and take a look at. I would have much preferred Sweat over Gary. And that's just kind of one of those things where, you make a move. So now it's almost like put up a shut up time for them, because you got a better guy out there. What they going to do? The way Jerry does things is once he make a moves and get set on a situation, he going to probably say, well, Gary was part of this Green Bay thing in the Michael trade. We just going to roll with him no matter what. And that's what's going to get you into trouble. But yeah, I just, this bend but don't break scheme, I still want to see it in real time, because it's one that it can put you in a bad situation when you got teams that's coming out with a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
So last year, our scheme was bend and break. To be honest with you, we bent and we broke. So
yeah,
break no bend.
Yeah. Hey, so I did want to comment on something just to let you know, big time. I did a little bit of research since 2015. You saying about you don't know about rookie pass rushers, and you're definitely right, because since 2015 to now in the NFL, I think they have only had 6 rookie pass rushers that hit double-digit sacks. Now that's not everything, because pressures are something too, but sacks kind of are indicative of pressures too. Like if you got a high sack count, you probably got a high pressure count too. So, and then we have no further to look at Donovan Izaraku, who was a 16.5 sack guy the year before at Boston College, and he ended up with 2 sacks last year. So definitely agreeing with you guys on that. We don't know, but one thing that you hit upon big time that was so true. We have too many question marks, and the thing about it is, okay, so it always goes back to this with me, y'all. The reason why we got question marks on our team is because we don't necessarily have to answer those questions. We can kind of play them out. And the reason why we can kind of play them out is because the GM and Jerry and Steven, they're not going to lose their job. So they could take a risk and say, hey, we're going to try all these guys out. If it don't work, what are we going to do? We're going to come back next year. Other GMs say, no, man, we got to get some. No, we'll get. Okay, so you remember the year we got Gilmore and Cooks?
Mm-hmm.
I thought not just that first year, but the second year, Gilmore was actually when Bland came on and Diggs was there. But then, if you recall that year, both of them got hurt. Well, we had one or the other, but we had Gilmore the whole time. And since we had a veteran cornerback that some people may have been past his prime, and he was past his prime, but he still was able to play good football. So we had Gilmore out there, but we didn't miss a beat, y'all. Because why? We had a veteran guy that could actually play in his league. So you had Bland and Gilmore for a time, and then I think you had Diggs, and that was the year Diggs actually messes knee up. So I think that was that year. But anyway, he played, and what I call it is roster insurance. So you bring guys on to insure your roster, because if you have some young guys that's not coming along like you thought, then you say, hey, we know what we got in this veteran. We ain't paying him a whole bunch of money, but the guy can play. Yeah, he's on the downside of his career, but his knowledge and still athletic ability and his way he can play cornerback could still be beneficial in his league. Now we don't have him. We're looking at him for 5 or 6 years. We're looking at him for 1 or 2 years, 1 year or 2 years. But I think you can actually go in and find some veteran guys that have done it before, and bring them onto this roster, and not only just guide some of these guys, but actually go out there and play. And if the young guys are better than them, then play the young guys. If it's even, play the young guys. If it's real close, play the young guys. But if the veteran of Von Miller or somebody like that are just outplaying your guy, then you got to put him out on the field, man.
Wow. Now you getting into the area of what I consider the cancer of the Dallas Cowboys over the last 15 years, and that's loyalty. Loyalty to
Politics,
a draft pick, or loyalty to a person. We're going to try to make $1 out of 15 cents out of the Mozzie Smiths of the world. We're going to make it $1 out of 15 cents out of the Taco Charltons of the world. We drafted them high, and we're going to try to make sure that we get all we can out because we believe in them. We're going to try to make $1 out of 15 cents out of Schoonmaker. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're holding the spot for him because you drafted him in the second round. And so now you're loyal to a pick. You're loyal to Mingo, who ain't really dressed for this team. Ever since you traded away, he ain't played at all hardly. And then when he did play, he definitely hadn't made an impact. So when we start cutting down from 90 to 52 or 53, you automatically holding spots for people like Schoonmaker, people like Mingo, and they ain't showed you nothing in 3 years. And yet you'll have somebody like Trayshawn Holden, who should have made this team last year, if you ask me, as a wide receiver, but you're holding the spot for Mingo. Or you're down here holding the spot for Schoonmaker, and Schoonmaker has been hurting way more than anybody just about on this team almost. So again, that's a killer, and it ain't no sense me acting like they're not gonna do it because I don't mean to transition. I'm just thinking, like I said this earlier, I don't even see how in the world Schoonmaker it makes this team in our side end room now. Besides Ferguson, Brevin Spanford, Trigg, I don't see how Schoonmaker should even be in this room anymore. But I know Jerry. You drafted in the second round. He's in his last year of his contract. He's gonna be on edge. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, and we're gonna go ahead and just stick with him. And I'm gonna be like, okay, at the expense of who? Michael Trigg gonna be on the practice squad? Are you kidding me? If he can't block, then I get it. But I haven't seen tape on Trigg. He can block. We already know what he can do as a pass catcher. It ain't even go beyond a shadow of a doubt of that. I just need to see the loyalty killed. I know the coaches, these young coaches that's hungry, You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be ready to put the best player on the field.
Absolutely.
But this Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, this loyalty thing, man. It's just like, I'll throw you one more and I'll throw it to you. Jadon Blue. Okay. I saw last year Malik Davis come off the street and became the second running back on this team. That was above Phil Maffa. That was above Jadon Blue. And I saw Jadon Blue in jogging suits with a healthy scratch. And I saw Malik Davis take over the number 2 spot and was majorly productive. So, but this year, that's all I keep hearing. Blue, Jadon Blue, this is year. Wait a minute. How is it his year and he couldn't even get past Maffa dressed more than he did? I'm trying to figure out, he ain't better than Malik Davis. I'm sorry. He's not better than Malik Davis. But here we go again, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I'm not saying Blue can't do it, but I am saying Malik Davis was better. How does Malik Davis go from number 2 on the depth chart to being almost probably back on the practice squad this year? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so I would keep an eye on Shotty on this one. So I think this whole thing with Schoon, the way he got drafted, that was a little bit of McCarthy there, and I would not feel safe if I'm Schoon because Shotty, he didn't draft Schoon. Shotty didn't trade for Mingo. What we're hearing, I don't think Shotty wanted Blue, so it's going to be interesting to watch if Shotty has a lot of pull with what's going to happen with these guys, because everybody you mentioned, they really, I will be stunned if they make it out of camp. If they do, it's just politics. Schoonmaker, there's another tight end on the team that we haven't talked about. His name escapes me at the moment. He's got talent too. So no,
Brevin Spanford.
Well, no, it's another guy they drafted. And then also, I mentioned this on one of our other shows. Tyler Guyton, I don't think Shotty would have drafted Guyton. So I think it's going to be a, what's the character, the Apollo Theater, the Sandman?
Yeah.
I think if Guyton gets off to a slow start, I think they'll pull him pretty quick. They won't. I don't think they're going to let him play 5 or 6 games, and Dak is getting hit. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be Shotty against the front office on some of these guys that we're talking about, and we're going to see, how much, weight Shotty has with these roster spots we're talking about.
Now, one thing I would, and we've been talking about ageism. Now, one place I would use ageism on is draft picks. So I'll just let y'all know, y'all talking about Schoonmaker. After we kick off the year, Schoonmaker will be 28 years old, man. And so, because they drafted him, I think he was 25. And so, but I'll say this too about the draft picks. Big time, you're right. And I'll tell you why they hang on to draft picks, because your football reputation is staked on your draft picks. So what they do is, as Ball says, they tilt the scales for their draft picks. Why? Because their reputation is connected to draft picks. And so they always want their draft picks to fail. That's why our guys, that's why they pick like the linebacker, I'm sorry, his name. I don't know why I always forget his name. The one that went to Washington. I've said it, he's a veteran. And we almost got him.
Bobby Wagner?
Bobby Wagner, thank you. That's why Wagner, LVE was picked over Wagner. Wagner's always, he woke up a better linebacker than LVE, but they chose LVE over him, and I think the difference was $500,000. Why? Because they still tried to make this LVE thing work, man. That's their draft pick, and Bobby. So you don't get the Joneses think in their mind, we don't get credit if we bring in a guy that was cultivated in another culture and bring him over here, right? We get credit when we cultivate the guy. We don't get credit. We hire a Bill Belichick and he comes in to turn this around. They'll be like, y'all should have been done that. That was the answer. We get credit when we get these no-name coaches and bring them in and then do that. So they're always trying to set up the way that the credit falls on them. That's why they don't have big-name coaches. Like, that's why they don't have like Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson would have got hired here and he turned it around, he'd have got all the credit. But see, they can get some credit off Shotty because his name ain't that big, right? And so that it's all about credit when you go back to looking at this thing. That's why they hold on to their draft picks, man. They love their draft picks. They hold on to them. They give them every right. J-Don Blue's going to be here because they want to give credit, man. The only person that they gave up on is Taco Charlton, to be totally honest with you. Beyond him, they've held all their draft picks for the longest. All of them made it through the 4 or 5 year period, man. I'm talking about high draft picks. So it's all reputation based.
Yeah. They gave up on Mozzie. You know, it was a trade. But it's funny that, you know, Mozzie is gone. Some of these other guys are gone, but Schoonmaker, he's still hanging.
How he hanging when he in jogging suits? That's my only issue. If he was hanging because of production, you know, I wouldn't be saying nothing. But Schoonmaker ain't done nothing. I mean, he has done nothing. Nothing. He spent more time hurt than he has played. I mean, I understand he was a second round draft pick, but you got to, at some point, you got to show me why are you eligible for a second contract with this team?
Yeah.
And like I said before, you know, I'm not in the business of wasting time and years trying to figure out if he's good or not when I got a killer in Michael Trigg right there on the sideline. Why you got to? I mean, I want the weapon. I want the weapon of Michael Trigg on the field with Pickens and Lamb. That's a dangerous threesome on the field with Dak. Rather than having Schoonmaker trying to wait on Schoonmaker, I don't have time for it. I just don't have time for it. I'm sorry.
Hey, so I did. Hey, you get my chat big time.
Okay.
Let me see. In our chat on the screen here.
Yeah, I sent something to big time.
Oh, okay.
Let me look.
I see Cowboy Hard Hitter talked about the knee brace. Is that all we got in the chat? Is Cowboy Hard Hitter? Or am I missing something else?
Oh, there ain't nobody else talking. They just watching.
Oh, okay. Hey, so at the big time, we're gonna pivot for a moment because I want to ask you. Never got a chance because we did a schedule release show. What do you think about the schedule? It's a brutal schedule, but what do you think about it?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't have time for experiments.
Yeah, that's
because we don't have time to waste. Look at the schedule. Just the first 3 games. I mean, 2 division games. Then you got to go to Brazil to play Baltimore. And I mean, like, you figure we're going to at least win one of them, but coming out of them 3, 1 and 2, that's not the start that we need if we're talking about doing something. I mean, if you're talking about really doing something this year, I'm being honest with you. You need to come out of that 3-0.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And they could, though, too, because that's
I'm saying we could, but I'm saying, like, we don't have time to be figuring out, like Cowboy Joe said. We don't have time to be, listen. In week 1, we will know where Tyler Guyton is. He going against Thibodeau.
Yeah.
He gonna get some of Abdul Carter, and he gonna get some of Burns.
Mm-hmm.
They got some boys.
They're gonna switch them up. They're gonna switch them up on them. All right. By week 3, I don't know who Washington have, but Washington gonna have some pass rushers. But in week 3, he gonna see Hendrickson.
Yep. Healthy Hendrickson.
A healthy Hendrickson. Listen, I don't look. By week 3, if Guyton done got his brains beat out,
you'll see Nate Thomas.
Tyler Smith, I know what you wanted. I know you want to stay at guard. I know you do. But Doc, you got to come on, step on out there now. We're going to bring TJ Bass in, and we're going to make Tyler Guyton our swing tackle. I'm just sorry. I don't have time. And by week, look, he ain't going to take the week 3. Week 1 going to tell me everything I need to know by Tyler Guyton. Week 1 against the Giants. It's going to tell me everything I need to know. The rest of the schedule, man, is murder row. I mean, we playing the whole NFC West, 49ers, the Rams. Come on now. We playing the world champions. We playing Arizona, a game that always gives us problems.
Oh yeah,
Arizona always give them problems.
We won in 9 against Arizona.
I mean, that's just tough. We playing the whole AFC North. You know, I'm not saying, you know, even though I think we should beat Pittsburgh, but it's gonna be a highly emotional game. McCarthy is back. Rodgers is back. Rodgers always have been a Cowboy killer. I'm just saying, you know, he has no problems against us. Look, it's a rough schedule. It is. And if we don't get off to a hot start, it's gonna be rough. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
I don't think we play against the North.
I thought we play Pittsburgh.
No, we don't play Pittsburgh.
I think we just got that, you know, that one game that they throw in.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
It's Baltimore.
The Ravens.
Baltimore, I'm sorry. Okay.
So what we playing the AFC South.
Well, let me go to the South. Tennessee, we should beat. I don't know.
You got Houston,
Jacksonville, Indianapolis. Who else I'm missing?
The Colts
and Houston.
Colts. I mean, that's all of them gonna be rough games, man. I'm serious. And I'm not just gonna kill out Tennessee because I know who their coach is. Hey. Robert Saleh is gonna have them guys ready to play. He may not have the talent, but they're gonna be ready to play.
You remember the Colts was on a run before Jones got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have him back this year. So
yeah,
you really got 3 playoff teams there if you look at it. Jacksonville, the Texans, and the Colts were with their quarterback as a playoff team.
Yeah.
This is a tough one, man. That's a tough schedule. But can I tell you what we said, what I told Cowboy Joe them on the draft show? Mm-hmm. I said, you know what, man? I'm tired of weak schedules where we got these weaklings and we go 11-5 or whatever. And then we play against these tough punch you in the mouth teams, and then we don't do well. Hey, guess what? It's a tough schedule. Build your team to be able to beat tough teams. That's all it is to it. And guess what? It's going to show and tell with this schedule, man, what you are.
Yeah.
So what I did when I had some kind of downtime, I went through several of the teams' schedules that we're going to be competing with in the playoffs. So I went through the Rams, 49ers, of course, the Eagles, the Commanders. Just going through everybody else's schedule. Everybody has a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be. It ain't no walk in the park. Yeah. If you the Rams, the 49ers, I went through the Eagles schedule. It's tough. They got some tough matchups. So, but with that being said, I got hope in them for the show tonight, big time. I do have us in the NFC Championship game against the Rams. So we're gonna play the Rams later in the season. So they're going to beat us the first time, but when we get to the NFC Championship game, we're going to beat them. But that's contingent on us getting a couple of players, making a couple of roster moves. But yeah, this schedule, it's going to be a whole bunch of teams. You talking about 10-7, 11-6. And I was going to ask you guys, I think I asked you this question before. I'm going to run it by you again. So our generation of Cowboy fans, we used to the 16-game schedule. We know if you go 13-3, that's a good year, or 12-4. So your 13-3 or your 12-4, what's that in a 17-game season? Are you still just looking at the total wins? So if you go 12-5, that's a good year.
That's still a good year.
It just depends on where you fall, I guess.
Especially in this schedule. But can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. Want to appreciate you, man, just for being here with us today, brother. It's a Saturday. Got a lot of things that if it's I don't know if it's a man or woman, but there's a lot of things you could be doing, but you're here with us, so we appreciate it. But I want to say something because he said, but guys, can y'all talk some excitement into my football mind because I'm not feeling this year upcoming season. Well, Cowboy Joe just told you that
he
sees us in the NFC Championship game. So there you go right there. But I'll even give you more. So we did our schedule release show big time. And I had us at like I think 11-7, 11-6.
Y'all gonna be thinking I'm crazy when I tell you what I had.
No, let me tell you, I gotta get to I think Joe had us at 12-5. Bryce Bird had us at 16-1. My son had us at
Yeah.
16-1. So hey, Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. My son, he's 22, but he had us at 16-1, man. So that's the excitement right there, brother.
So big
I
time.
had us.
I told him if we go 16-1, we're gonna have people selling T-shirts on the street in the hood, like you're all the way to the end of the season.
Let me tell you where I had them at. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Y'all
Where
not
you
gonna
got 'em?
believe it. Y'all know I'm pessimistic for real.
Yeah.
But I based it off of that the offense, barring injury, would be better than they were last year. Barring injury, they would be better. And so that means that they will be a top offense in the league, as expected. But I really based that off of Christian Parker's defense will not be 32nd in the league this year. That's what I based it off of. And I said that if the Cowboys are in that, even at 18 and up, that's about another 3 to 4 wins easily. Because what that mean is that we're making the punt. So when I looked at the record, man, I said crazy. Y'all gonna laugh at me. I said the Cowboys gonna be 14-3.
Woo, you on that Bryce Bird.
I said it. I just believe that if you get this offense, if they clicking like they were, and I understand that teams have had a whole year to look at them and try to figure it out, but Schottenheimer had that same year off season to figure some more stuff out. And that's the way that I look at it. I believe that the Cowboys offense is going to be lethal again this year. And I think the defense are going to have some lethal spots where they just, if I can make the punter punt the ball 4 times a game instead of none last year, maybe once in a game last year. If I can make that punter punt the ball 4 to 5 times a game and put this ball back into the offense hands, we're gonna win. We're gonna score 30 points. And it's hard to score 30 points in the league. It just really is. I'm just saying. So I think that that's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna be a lot of games where we're in a somewhat of a shooter. I think it's gonna look like it did a couple years ago when we jumped out on teams so much. And then, the score be so high that it takes away their running game and makes them just have to pass to try to get back in. And then I think we got them then.
Making it one-dimensional. Let me ask you a question, because it's interesting, because I was thinking about that as you were talking. If we're going to be an offensive-led team, which kind of almost puts the other team offenses in bad situations, say like if we're up 28-7 in third quarter, now they become one-dimensional. I don't really – I would take that defense or that team, but I really don't like it, because I like my defense to be good on its own without needing the offense. It'd be some times where I want my defense to actually lead the team because my offense is sputtering. We've never had a defense that offense can be off on and we still win. Our offense has to be on every game for us to win. And in that year, big time, that's what I thought. I thought we had a formula of winning. That's our offense getting way up on teams, making them one-dimensional. And then now we just pass rush with Michael Parsons and the rest of them and get after the quarterback, get a lot of interceptions and things that way and blow the whole thing open. But I think that when you build a team like that, it's kind of tough, because when the offense isn't hitting or defense out there that's stopping your offense,
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, man. And that's kind of what happened. Also that year, that's the year that we started receiving all the kickoffs, and because we want our offense on first to go out there and score. And if you recall, against Green Bay, the whole thing was changed because they got the ball first. And I still remember Jones, the running back, saying, we're going to punch these front runners in the mouth. And that's what it is, because we had a formula to win. We had one way to win, but we couldn't win that way, man. We was in trouble. And that's why you start seeing the Dak eyes on the sideline and all that kind of stuff, because, hey, man, we got one way to win this thing, and that ain't working. So I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, that's why I said, I just say 18 and up. If you're in that 12 to 15 range, though, you really are one of the better defenses in the league, and that will balance it out. That will give you your little body blow shots Okay, our offense ain't clicking yet. The question is, can your defense hold other offenses down enough to where hopefully that offense is getting some type of rhythm and can put some points up? That's the question mark of what Christian Parker gonna bring. But I do know this for sure. It just ain't nowhere in the world this defense gonna be 32. So that's why I got a whole lot way more hope defensively. I just don't know how good they can be, and that just remains to be seen. So we just gotta wait until week 1 against the Giants before we can really, judge that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people they are suggesting that our offense is going to take a step back. I don't believe that they will. I think the offense is going to be solid. We got to get to a point, Kyle Shanahan, those coaches, McVay, you don't never doubt their offense, what they're going to do. You know what you're going to get from them. They're going to come in, they going run the ball, they're going to pass it well, they're going to put up points to Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan. So I'm wondering if Shotty is going to be able to get to where he's on those guys' level when, he just, you know what you're going to get with his offense is going to be high powered. They're going to run the ball with his power running game. I was going to tell you guys, I don't like Tyler Smith at tackle. I think he needs to stay at guard. I think he's an all-pro guard. I think when he plays tackle, he's okay. He can get by. So I think they should really try to develop somebody else to play over there. If Guyton kind of falters, so you got Nate Thomas and some other guys, but I'm hoping that Tyler Smith can just stay at guard. And I don't think he wants to play tackle. A few years back, I don't know if you guys remember this. They were trying to get Zach Martin to move to tackle, and he was telling them, "I'm not doing it. I don't want to play there. I don't even want to. I'm not doing it." So I'm hoping that Tyler Smith will just get to the point where he just tells them, "I'm not playing tackle. I'm a guard. That's where I want to play." And he also kind of insinuated, "Y'all want to put me out there, then you're gonna redo my contract as well." So, that's kind of where he's going with that. But yeah, I'm depending on his offense for my prediction for them to be high flying, putting up points on the board. I do want to see this thing with Pickens get worked out. I don't want anything to happen there. People are talking about he may not come to camp. We have to wait and see. But that's the only thing that would change my prediction if the front office start playing these games with Pickens and his agent. And I'm not sure. I've heard that he's okay with signing the the contract, the franchise tag. I'm not so sure about that. So we got to wait and see how that all plays out too. Is he going to be in camp? I don't think we know.
Well, I since we're going to transition to that, I think that's something that we can go to. So we have voluntary camp or off, one of those. I don't think it was OTAs, but he wasn't there. But it was voluntary, right? And so no one made a big deal out of it. But I would say this: if he had signed a long-term deal, would he be there? Yes, he would. So the fact that he didn't sign a long-term deal is part of the issue why he's not there. I don't know what their strategy is going to be going into the year. I would tell anybody this: whatever Pickens okay with, then I'm okay with. And what I mean by that is, if he's okay with the franchise tag, then I'm okay with the franchise tag. If he's not okay with it, then I understand that too. If they sign him long term, he would definitely be okay with that. Because what it is, I was trying to think of an analogy to use to somebody what the Cowboys do in negotiation. It's almost, I'll give you this analogy. It's almost if I go to the BMW dealership and I see a car I like, and I'm saying, and we can't, we say, okay, it's $80,000. Okay, I don't want to pay that much. So then I come back the next night, the same night, and I go with a bat and bang it up. Then I come back the next day and say, hey man, that BMW banged up now. Can I get it for $50,000? Oh yeah, you can get it because it's all banged up. Then you get it, you say, yeah, look, I got a good deal. But you also got a banged up BMW. And so what it is when you beat these dudes up in negotiation or you sign them like to this franchise tag, well, you don't know what their mindset is going to be. You may not get last year's Pickens because he's going to be unsettled. He's going to be uneasy. He's going to feel disrespected. that you said that you're not even going to negotiate with his people. That's just disrespectful. And only a GM that can't get fired would take that approach, or a front office that can't get fired would take that approach, because you would get fired for taking an approach with a guy that had a year like he had and said you're not even negotiating with the guy. So I think, and then you have some Cowboy fans saying it's a good business move, where it is. It actually is. Financially, it is. But it's not just about business. This is not a robot, man. This is a person. How is he going to play when he goes out there? Is he going to be focused? Is he going to drop passes? Also, the Cowboys, you're bringing a drama-filled offseason. When the last time we have not had a drama-filled offseason? If it ain't Dak, if it ain't CD, if it ain't Michael Parsons, now it's Pickens. And we've had people before that, Dez, you know what I'm saying? All these other guys, man, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Cool.
We've always had, we're cool. We've always had drama-filled off seasons. Why can't we just have that's why even with Pickens, it's not like I'm one of those guys that's Pickens are bust, like we need to have him 100%. I said, try to trade him. The reason why I said try to trade him was because I don't want the drama. I could see the potential drama coming up. And so one of the things that I'm a content creator for is I wanted to shed the light on how this front office operates, man. And just not enough people know that. And when they know it, they be like, yeah, but no, y'all moving away too fast. This front office, the way they operate, okay, again, no one could handle the Michael Parsons situation like that and keep their job as a GM. No one could say that about Pickens and not negotiate with him and keep their job. No one uses the franchise tag and let their players play through a franchise tag more than the Cowboys. Why? Because no other GM could afford to have $27 million counting dollar for dollar against their cap and try to fill the best team. The Cowboys can. Why? Because it doesn't matter. They're not going to get fired anyway. So they take a lot of liberties for not getting fired. But as I'm saying, what I'm trying to say with this Pickens thing I'm saying here is that people forget that we're dealing with people. People have mindsets and feelings and everything else. And so if you put a guy out, the reason why, think about the way Houston handled the Will Anderson Jr. is with class, dignity, and respect. Wow. That dude's going to go out there, not just for people think, oh, he got the money, going to go play. No, it's just the way they handled it, man. They handled that guy with the utmost respect. They ain't drag him through the mud and talk bad about him and his agent and all that. Actually, it's the same agent, too, just let y'all know. Mulligata did that deal. So they didn't drag him through the mud or anything like that. Well, why? Because the GM can't afford to do that, man. This is a franchise player. He got to handle him with kid gloves. The Cowboys don't have to do that. But again, you don't know what kind of player you're going to get from Pickens this year. You might not get last year's Pickens, man. But it'll be because of the front office and the way they handle this situation.
So Mulligata is Will Anderson's agent?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yep. I didn't know that. And
yep.
So you see, it ain't no funny business there. It wasn't talked about. He actually got more than Micah.
Yeah.
So just a normal deal.
Normal everyday contract for your franchise player.
No stress.
No stress.
Just got it done.
Well, media.
It wouldn't be the Cowboys if it wasn't drama. We all heard Jerry say he loves this type of stuff, so it is what it is. But when we start talking about that and long term, my position with Pickens has been clear before he even got here, and I had said that there's just nowhere in the world that Jerry Jones would pay two guys that amount of money in the same position. It's just not him. It's that they have a philosophy that they stick to a T on, and they're not gonna pay him like that. If Pickens is probably won't have an all-pro year if CD stays healthy. His numbers would go down. The reason why his numbers went up is because CD got hurt. And he took advantage of the situation as he should have. If CD stays healthy, his numbers would go down. But how much more is the question. If he gets close, if he don't have to get 1,000 yards for me. If he gets close to 1,000 yards and he's healthy, he's gonna want big time money because you already know what time it is. But if he goes over 1,000 yards, I mean, he's not asking for less. Jerry's not gonna pay him that amount of money. It's just not gonna happen. So I've already said that he was gonna get the franchise tag this year. I don't think they would do 2.
I think they'll do 2, man.
They can, but I that just be crazy if they did. The money would be just way up there. For the second tag, the number is there. I forgot what the number is.
It's like $34 million.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see it being done. And plus, you would have an attitude then. I mean, what player would? I just can't see it.
So I ask you this. So because I would say this. This is the Cowboys are leaning on. Prove it to me once again. That's not the. I don't think that's the case. I think they don't want to make the financial investment in the years on it. That's what I think is all a financial thing. They saying now we'll get 1 year out of you this year, then next year $34 million, and guess what? If we pay $67 million for 2 years. Hey man, whatever. Well, $61 million for 2 years. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey, we got a good deal out of this. We'll let him go and walk because we don't want to. Because this year, next year, it's no difference to me, right? To be honest with you, I don't think he has to prove anything to him. To be honest with you,
they know what he is.
They know what he is. So if they know what he is, then why they not signing him now, right? Like it makes more sense to sign him now. The only reason I think you don't sign him now, but you lean on a narrative that he had to show us more, and that's not the case. It's the case of it is to me basically they just don't want to sign him. It's either two things: they don't want to sign him long term, or they just don't want to deal with David Mulligetta, and they trying to do something with David Mulligetta and trying to break him in the sense with the Cowboy organization.
Or let him know he ain't running nothing.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Just bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the thing that's going to separate us from everybody else. These teams, they trying to win. They're trying to win now. The Houstons, teams like the Ravens. You see what the Giants are doing. It's a win now league, and these teams. It's only one team that's doing this with the agent. So that's the only thing that's going to hold us back. If they just do this normal thing that they do, they just jacking around with players in the contracts, playing this politics stuff, people like Schoonmaker. That's the thing that's going to prevent us from getting to where we can get to. I think our schedule predictions are realistic, but it's based on them just making smart moves and doing the right thing with players. And sometimes, man, they just leopard can't change the spots. These guys are going to just do goofy stuff. I think Jerry and made a comment the other day about Pickens. I never did actually see what he said. He made a comment. Did you guys see what he said?
Yeah, he said we're expecting more early from Pickens than what we got last year. And one of the things I go into, if our team is better overall, we might be similar to that 2014 team we had, where we ran the ball real good, and we had Tony Romo. But we had a running game that dominated, and our whole team ran off the running game. So we could be more of a, not as far as, we won't be in so many shootouts where the Pickens can act. So the offense may be just as good, but they may be more efficient, right? They may not have to throw the ball around, 45 times or 50 times to win the game. If so, Pickens' number is going to come down. And so, but Jerry's putting that out there. That's kind of bad because I think his football acumen is just not there to understand that some years you might not have wide receivers catching, 100 balls apiece and 1,400 yards and this, that, and other, but you could actually have a better team.
Yeah. But again, you're asking for too much because you're asking for things that the Cowboys just don't do. It's just that simple. They have a system that's been in place for 10 plus years that they go into negotiations saying, this is the amount of money that we're going to spend at this position. Yeah. Any dollar over that, we're done.
Correct.
And without even trying to negotiate, we don't care if you're the best player at your position. This is what we say we want to pay. And it usually is a bigger problem from that. So when you have mentality like that, things are not going to go right all the time. Personally, I would love to see Pickens here with that. because the Cowboys have a better chance to win a Super Bowl with the loaded gun. This gun right now is loaded. And I don't want to take away any bullets that'll make this team as potent as it could be. This team is loaded, man. As far as offensively goes, jury's still out on the defense, but offensively, this team is loaded. And that will get you carry you a few places without a doubt. So I would love to have Pickens, but I know my owner. I know Stephen Jones. I know how cheap he is. I know how he is, and they don't have no problem doing a committee approach in some of the most valuable positions on the football field. They don't mind a committee approach in the running back room. They ain't done nothing in the running back room. Only thing they did was pay Javonte Williams, who our number 2. Yeah. Who's our number 2 running back? I mean, like, good Lord. And they don't value the edge anymore. Edge is by committee the last 3-4 years. Now, they shored up DT. I'll give them credit for that with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. I'll give them that. I even throw in Osa at the time. You know, you had 3 of them, DTs. So I even give them credit for that. But some of the most valuable positions, they don't mind experimenting. They don't mind having a committee approach instead of going to get a real dog. And to be fair with them, they did try to get Max Crosby. They did. Yeah. They did. They just didn't do the extra mile of what it took to go get him. But they tried. They were in the race to go get him until Baltimore snuck in the back door with what Oakland wanted. I mean, what the Las Vegas wanted. That's the only difference. The Cowboys had a good thing out there. They just didn't have 2 number 1 picks. The Baltimore came with 2 number 1 picks. That's what got it. So they tried to do it. But the bottom line to me is either you got them or you don't. And we don't have them. So they'll say, okay, we don't have them. Their next thing to say was, well, let's just go to committee approach. Let's just go get Rashad Gary. Let's draft a rookie. Let's draft one in the first round. And and then we got Donovan Izaraku. And then we got this guy. We got Sam Williams, 2 second-round picks right there. Let's go ahead and work the committee approach. And at edge, you don't need committee. You need some dogs, man.
Some dudes.
Or go-getter. One man that can flat out go get it. You don't have that. We don't have time for experiments and run. If Javonte Williams goes down, where we at?
Yeah.
I mean, where are we? Is it Blue? Since everybody like Blue now, you really gonna turn the keys over to him? If it's not Blue, who is it? I mean, you ain't done anything to improve, at least in my view, that room. So, Javonte Williams was an outliner that he stayed healthy all year when his track record shows that he does not stay healthy. So, you know what I'm saying? Last year, I'm grateful that he had a great year. I thought he should have been a Pro Bowler myself. He should have been in the Pro Bowl last year, but still, them 1,400 yards was great. But what if he get hurt this year? Where we at? Are we going to pass the ball 50 times a game then? Because you ain't going to depend on Blue. I know that for sure.
So you said something. I'm going to let you go to Cowboy Joe. This will be real quick. And I was talking to some guys at my job about this because this is how I am with buying stuff, right? Say y'all were in the market for a home, and you and your wife saw a home and said, "Man, this is the house for us." Y'all upper limit was $500,000 y'all want to spend on the home, right? Mm-hmm. So y'all put $500,000 bid on it, and then they come back and said, "Hey, look, they ain't gonna do it for $500,000. They'll do it for $510,000." Now that's your upper limit, $500,000. But this is a house of y'all dreams. I think both of y'all say, "Okay, we'll do $510,000." right?
People.
So what it is, people, you can go in with a number if you're the Cowboys and say, hey, this is what we think is, but then you got to have this other number to say, okay, really, y'all, how much do we want this player that's going to make us win? Like this guy here's the guy. That house is the house, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a whole bunch of homes, but that was the one. And the thing is you're not going to let $10,000 over 30 years keep you from that house. And now you go get the other house. Now you're looking to say, man, I wish we would have got. No, I want the one.
Yeah.
And that's what the Cowboys do. They go in with a number, but you're gonna overpay in free agency, man. You're gonna overpay in all these things. And
Yeah.
so the teams that's trying to win, they do overpay. You can go ahead on Cowboy, Joe.
No, and the Cowboys have done this in the last 3 or 4 drafts. There have been running backs there. All they had to do was just take them. And we were chatting with Kels the other night on our show. I would love to get her opinion on what their philosophy is at running back. What the Cowboys do, they always build a team, but they'll leave 1 or 2 positions just kind of hanging out there. When they drafted Drew, what's the tackle that they took in the 3rd round, or was it the 4th round? The running back. What round did we take the? We had
5th round.
4th round, 4th
round.
So the running back from Washington was on the board, and all they had to do was just take him, and he would have been perfect as a number 2. But so they're doing this thing that they do where they just do these goofy philosophies, and some of these things Shotty and Christian Parker need to get them out of it. Now Shotty, to me, he's kind of leaning with just liking the guys that he has. You know, Maffa, Blue. They got the guy from the Jets. So that's one of the disappointments I have with Shotty. It's like he's got these, got his right kind of guys that he's looking for. But man, you're not gonna. I can tell you right now, Maffa, Blue, you're not gonna do anything with them if something happens with Javonte. I mean, Maffa. I watched Maffa play. Maffa, to me, he's just an average back. There's nothing special about him. And you know, obviously the other guys you got. So yeah, I think when the June 1 cuts come down, they need to pick up another back. You know, I heard some talk about what's the running back from New Orleans? I'm losing my train of thought.
Alvin Kamara.
Come on.
Yeah, and so you got to make a trade for him, and you got the contract.
Nick Chubb too. Nick Chubb they were talking about all last week.
Just Nick Chubb, he just looks like Maffa to me. I just don't. Those guys, they don't really do a whole lot, and so yeah, they got a couple of moves they need to make on this offense. And if it's a veteran running back, that'll be great. But yeah, they don't have enough there, and that's the thing that kind of has me concerned with the offense. Everywhere else, I'm good.
Wow. Well, it's the final hold, and I think you just answered the question. I think that a lot of the other answers are going to come from the cuts, and you'll be able to pick up a veteran in whatever spot that you need it in, and I think that's where the answer probably will come from. Even on edge, I wouldn't be surprised. I believe you may have hit the nail on the head as far as running back, if they are really looking for another number 2 guy, and they're not satisfied with the room. I believe that those cuts probably will answer that question. Jay Brand got a question here.
They need a home run hitter at the running back spot. They need somebody.
They'll tell you that Blue is the home run hitter. That's what they'll tell you.
So somebody had mentioned this, and I thought it was pretty good. Remember Isaac Garendo? He came out in the draft a few years ago. Kind of, I think he's 6. Let me see what he was. 6 foot, 221. Ran like 4.3 40 or whatever. I think that's that draft a couple of 3 years ago when they had. Let me see what year it was. Where they had a whole bunch of good running backs. We got none. Maybe the year before last. But he's 4th on the depth chart down there in San Fran. But I think he'd be one of the guys, if he came over here, he'd probably be our number 2 back.
Yeah.
So they're talking about somebody made a suggestion on one of the shows that we try to acquire him. So that wouldn't be bad because I just looked at it. He's number 4 on the depth chart. He ain't getting no playing time. Are they gonna cut him?
And he'll be auditioning actually in preseason. If he's 4th on the depth chart, he'll be playing in the preseason without a doubt. So you get a real good look at him, and that's if he makes the cut.
I'm looking at
it's a lot of other names that we probably just ain't thinking about.
He didn't get a carry last year.
He didn't get a carry, yeah. See what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
So that's that.
Somebody mentioned Braylon Allen.
Yeah,
I think he's with the Jets.
Yeah.
Another guy that they passed on, and he was right there. They could have just drafted him. They've done some weird things with this running back thing. That's what the Cowboys do. But they got this franchise. We know this. We've always had a great back. The Dorsets, the Emmets, Zeke, DeMarco Murray.
Yep.
We've never had average guys or at the running back spot. So I don't know where this is coming from, but that could be a factor because we leaving a lot of meat on the bone with this running back room.
Well, like I said before, you put a lot of pressure on Javonte Williams to stay healthy, and he got hurt last year at the end. He kind of ran out of gas. Wasn't no season-ending injury, but he got nicked up and he had to sit out. And the offense looked a little different when he wasn't in there. So even though I love what Malik did, they just didn't make that commitment to Malik Davis to be, a flat-out runner. But Malik was tremendously productive. It's just that, they went to another heavy passing game when that happened. But I think, Joe, you hit the nail on the head, though. If we're talking about running back, too, I think that if they are in the market for it, that probably would come from probably the cuts and the cut downs that from all these other teams. Somebody's going to give up a good running back. Or they're going to cut a good running back. Somebody is, without a doubt. And you just have to see what the Cowboys are at that time.
So I had this theory, man, that I'll just play it out to y'all. The running back position, the linebacker position, and the safety position, I would actually get like the best players in those positions. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Like I would get Pro Bowl level players in that position because you don't have to pay that much for them. So what you would get a Pro Bowl level, I'm talking about 2 Pro Bowl level running backs for, it costs less than a CeeDee Lamb contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't cost much to get a running back, man. And that's why I would load up on those positions that people have devalued because they still a position on the field. We still all recognize the running game is still big time a way to win the game. And AJ Bryant, absolutely. I want to see what that kid can do, man. That kid got good measurables, man. I definitely want to see what he can do.
And to be honest with you, in fairness to him, he came much later in the year. You just can't come in. You got to learn the playbook. You have to learn protections. And he was not ready to rock.
Absolutely.
They just tried to keep him on the practice squad, which they did, but he was running other team stuff when he was doing the practice squad. He really wanted to learn in our playbook, like crazy. But he done had a whole off season. He done had, now we'll see where he at. And I agree with Jay Bryant 100% based off his film. He was better than both of them.
Hey, is he a home run hitter?
Yes, he is.
He is.
And I'm going to tell you something, man.
Cruiser. He's all of it.
I'm going to tell you this, man. I looked at his, and it was just highlights, but man, that kid, I said, this kid got juice.
Yes.
And hey, man, he don't have a lot of carries. So Jay Bryant, thanks for bringing that up. Because I remember looking at him last year, man. I was like, this, why not bouncing around the league? This kid got juice, man. He has production. He was a 4.340 guy. He got size. It's not nothing that this kid doesn't have.
And let me add the most important thing. He got some fresh legs.
Absolutely.
Because he didn't play last year.
Yeah, he
So
didn't play last year.
he could be the guy that we're talking
He could be the
about.
guy, man.
And I would have no problem with
I wouldn't either, man.
no
When I
problem.
saw with him,
Let me put it this way. If Javonte Williams, I got this much confidence in him. If Javonte Williams got hurt, I have no problem putting the keys in his hand.
Yeah. And
That's
I know a
how
lot of
good
content
he
creators
is.
not talking about that, but man, when I saw that kid, Joe, you got to go back and see his highlight.
Yeah, you
Who
gotta
did he
watch it.
play for?
He played for Pittsburgh.
University of Pittsburgh.
University of Pittsburgh.
No, in
You see his highlights,
NFL.
man, they're crazy. Ain't nobody catching him from the behind.
Nobody.
He got moves. See, I said, well, maybe he one of those guys that's just a straight runner. No,
He run you
can make
over.
you miss. He can do everything, man. This kid, I'm trying to figure out why is he not on somebody getting 15 carries on somebody's team.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be for us next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
yeah.
think that you know, if you really give him a chance, he'll go above Blue and Marfa.
Yeah,
I believe that.
agree too.
And that may be why they didn't draft one.
Malik Davis played, he'll be over Malik Davis too. He's that good.
Well, yeah, if I got him and he's a home run hitter, I'm good with Malik being a third guy. You know, so that's your running back room right there. That's solid. You know, you can't really fault them if that's the case. I want to see him play. So yeah, that might be the guy. And then if Malik is your third guy, if you bouncing Blue off the roster, you know, it is what it is. And if some way, Blue is ready to play, we'll see what he got. But yeah, I think it's definitely a wait and see type thing. And I think our offensive line, I feel really good about them being even better. Booker is going to be better than he was last year. What's the center's name?
BB.
BB is going to be better. Everybody's going to be good. The only question mark for me is Guyton. And what is he gonna do consistently week after week? Is he gonna show up and fight? Is he gonna be on the field? That's the only question mark we have. Otherwise, I think our offensive line, it might be one of the best in the league. I'm probably higher on Steele than most people. If we're running the ball big time, you talked about on your shows in the past. The way you get in trouble with Steele is you throwing it too much.
Yeah.
But as long as you're running the ball, he's solid. He's one of the best in the league. Yeah, so you just got that question mark with Guyton. And I think Dak is at that Romo stage where it's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do to confuse him. We had the game with Ryan Flores, but Ryan Flores is going to do that to pretty much everybody. He's one of the minds, defensive minds that he does. That's just what he does. Hopefully Christian Parker is that kind of coach as well. He's just gonna have a lot of confusion with his schemes. But yeah, that left tackle and the backup running spot, those are the two things. If we can just shore that up, I'm telling you, we can be in the NFC Championship game. I wanna it's something we talked about B-Bird on our last show.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out a lot when we scrimmage the Rams, because the Rams came into our camp last year and they just bullied us. And we saw that. So if they practice against the Rams this year in camp, I just want to see what kind of intensity we play with. Are we gonna let them come in and bully like they did last year? That's kind of what I'm gonna be looking for.
Well, if you had Eberflus as your defensive coordinator going against Sean McVay, the offensive coordinator, you're gonna get bullied. I mean, it was like a midget against an Andre the Giant. Give me a break. I mean, Eberflus didn't know what he was doing, at least with the personnel that he had. McVay is like a well-oiled machine calling plays. It's a mismatch right then and there. A lot of pressure on Christian Parker. We'll see how that brain works against some of the better coordinators. You're going to get a nice training because Schottenheimer is a good play caller. And so iron will sharpen iron on that part there. Guys, we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know if y'all want to sit it down.
We can wrap.
More things to talk about.
We can close it out.
You want to go with that? that crazy thing you want to talk about there? You want to leave it alone?
Yeah, we can leave it alone.
Yeah,
what is it?
I think so. Ladies, Big Joe, you got anything else?
No, I don't. I was just trying to see the comment. What did he say?
No, I wasn't a
We
comment.
talked about what we talked about pre show.
Oh, okay. No, we're good.
Yeah, we leave that alone.
Yeah.
That'll start a whole lot of mess. But hey,
I'm ready to play the Giants though.
Say it again.
I'm ready to play the Giants now.
Yeah, I think yeah. I'm ready. I'm fired up to play the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
Bring the wood, yeah.
We're looking forward to it and with great anticipation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a certain individual is there on night one now. I ain't gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll show up for that, you know.
Yeah.
I'll leave that alone. But anyway, I'll let y'all guess what we're talking about. But listen, we appreciate you guys hanging with us again on tonight. I noticed I had a channel that is off for some reason. I got to figure that out. Why is that the case tonight? But overall, another great show. The OGs did it again. Just freestyling with you guys. Appreciate all of you who have come with us on tonight. Even some of you haters that I see. As expected. We appreciate all you guys coming in. Look like we got a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yeah, I see him in there.
The world champions have showed up in the chat. That's
world champions here.
So hey, we total respect to you guys.
I ain't got no respect for them.
You ain't got no respect for them?
But now, because really, like, I know what they feel like. Seattle, I know half Hawk, half man. I know it feel like when Toronto won that NBA championship, nobody really cared. Like Oklahoma City wins it, nobody cares. But when the Lakers win, they care. That's how it is with the Cowboys. Like we got more care about our team, more noise about our team, and more interest in our team. And y'all team won a Super Bowl. So I would say half Hawk, half man. Go to your community, y'all, content community, and man, you come over here too. We're not knocking y'all, but I'm saying, but y'all probably don't have a content community because nobody really cares about it. So, but anyway, hey, we're glad to see you coming over here. Now, what you won't find is a Cowboy person in a Seahawks community because we don't care about y'all.
No,
we don't care. Y'all beneath us.
I give them respect though. They champions.
I give respect. I get a football team respect for they won, but nobody cares about them.
They the world champions. So I get, I'm gonna address them as such. They the world champion. Now, I don't know about this. We're repeat.
Oh, how coming at me now? Y'all ain't won us since the 90s, but you still here. Yeah. You're not on Green Bay's. You're still here.
Yeah. I don't know about that. We're repeat half Hawk man. Hawk. What do you call it? Half Hawk.
Half man.
I like that. I like that.
I like that too,
yeah,
man.
Half Hawk, half man. Well, I don't know if y'all gonna repeat, but y'all the champs right now. Y'all open it up Thursday night. I think y'all play the Patriots in a rematch. That was crazy. I don't know why
that's a Thursday game.
They playing the rematch against the Patriots.
I think it's opening season, right?
That is the opening game night. That Thursday night. That's crazy. I ain't know
they'll be playing against AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ should be there. AJ should be there by then, without a doubt.
Hey, I sure hope so.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Exactly. Why are you jumping on? Well, I mean, he jumped on B Bird. I gave him respect.
No, I jumped on him because
he jumped on him. B Birds ain't got no respect for Seattle.
They just don't. They boring, man. Nobody cares about Seattle.
See what I'm saying? I get. See how B Bird talking. See,
nobody cares about them, man.
Look,
put it this way, Seattle. When y'all won, I was happy for y'all. See, I shouldn't be happy for y'all. If the 49ers won, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
If the Steelers win, I'm pissed. If the Eagles win, I'm pissed. Yeah. I was happy for y'all.
Yeah,
y'all in the same conference.
I see. Who was that? T Zerk or whatever. Listen, I gave the Seahawks respect. I said they the world champions, and I left it at that. I give them total respect. B Birds, they ain't giving them nothing.
They ain't giving them.
Now we'll say this to you, half Hawk, half man. This right here. Let me say this to you. You got that right. We coming.
Yeah, you got that right.
We coming. And let me say this. we're looking forward to it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So be careful what you ask for. Be careful now. You ain't seen no offense like this. Just keep that in mind now. Keep that in mind. All right.
So is half Hawk, half man the new East Side Harold?
Man, wait,
No.
but y'all scared me on East Side Harold too, man. We gotta find out what happened to him.
Oh, no.
Kid Cowboy. Where is Kid Cowboy?
Kid Cowboy, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what. I think something happened to.
I think, hey, Big Bird. I think Big Time putting hits out on these guys. They just disappearing. Like, is he? I think Big Time is.
And see, the funny part
He
about
like Ice. He taking them out.
the funny part about Eastside was he left out at the wrong time because Houston made the playoffs twice.
Yeah.
The Cowboys didn't, and I hadn't seen them. I mean, forever. They used to be on everybody's show, so I'm thinking something's wrong with them. Got to be.
We ain't seen Kid Cowboy either.
Yeah. I don't know. Half Hawk. Let me ask you this question. Half Hawk.
He's
half
a deep
man. Let me ask you this question. Whose channel are you on? Are you on my channel right now? Cause you gonna be my new East Side Harold, I guess. Are you on my channel? Or are you on B Bird's channel? I don't know. I think you're on my channel.
He might be on mine.
Subscribe to my channel, man, so I can talk some trash to you some more.
Yeah, whoever channel you're on, subscribe. We just 3 Cowboy OGs that love the Cowboys. You might come in. On a good day, I might light you up myself, but I ain't gonna light you up now.
Y'all ain't really been nothing to watch since Jim Zorn, man, to be honest with you.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hey, forget about the Legion of Boom now. Come on, man.
Steve Largent, man. Nobody ain't really care
about on my channel. Well, I appreciate you, Half Hawk, Half Man.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that the same team that threw the ball on the 1 yard line against New England Patriots and got it picked off?
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, God, dog.
I appreciate you, Half Hawk, Half Man. He just liked it.
Yeah, come on, hey Hawk, you come over there, I'll be talking trash to you now.
Hey, Half Man, Half Hawk, go to B Bird.
He said he just subbed.
Yeah, he said he just. I don't know which channel, but if
okay. Now you gotta go to mine too, man.
You need to go to B Bird. There his name is there. Go find that and go follow him. And I promise you, he'll be there waiting on you. Just talk trash.
Go to promote our channels here. So like, subscribe, and share. So our channel. I got a channel with my son. It's Father and Son Cowboys and Sports Talk. Also Fast Cast. So we got a show. We trying to get subscribers. We got a few things we working on. We've been at 347. We have moved off of that. So we gotta implement some of the strategies that Big Time has put in place to grow his channel. And we trying to get to that level. And of course, B-Bird Cowboys, we like everything that he does. So man, sign up and subscribe to our channels and help us grow and share our content. I think what we do, man, our show, I'm watching a lot of content creators. We got a unique thing that we're doing, and I think we got an audience for it. So I really like what we're doing with this show right here, and I'm always glad to be on with you guys. And you guys, both of y'all are veterans, right?
I am. Yeah,
I am too.
B-Bird is too. So so we want to thank all of the veterans for their service, and make sure that we think about the people that are no longer with us that served, including my grandfather was a war hero, and our uncle. So always thinking about them. But appreciate you guys' service.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Go ahead, B-Bird. I'm finna put Joe's. Wait a minute, Half Man, Half Hawk. I'm trying to get you to sub to Cowboy Joe's channel.
They got a dip. Okay.
Hey, you gotta be all right. Just hold on a second.
So
put it in there now.
Hey, so I'm B-Bird Cowboy. Y'all know me. You can catch me at YouTube and Twitter with the same handle, B-Bird Cowboys. Hey, y'all, I'm just here. We're trying to get 6. Sometimes I'm on with my son, Bryce Bird. He's been, contributing to the show. We've been kind of getting into it, but we're going to try to turn out a little bit more videos in the upcoming weeks or whatever. It's been kind of a slow time with the Cowboys news. So, but when I get together with these brothers, man, we can find some topics to talk about, man, and chop it up. So we're doing pretty good. I love being on with these gentlemen, man. And it's been a pleasure tonight.
Hey, and I always ask military guys this question. I'm going to ask you two guys this question. Okay. So when you were in the service, what's the best place that you lived in? Where were you stationed? What place was the best place you were stationed in?
Me was Fort Jackson, South Carolina. It's Columbia. That's Columbia, South Carolina.
And what did you like about it?
Oh man, weekend passes.
In Columbia, South Carolina.
It was on and popping. Fort Hood, Texas was a second one. It was a good one there.
I know where that is.
Fort Hood was real nice. As far as overseas, Germany was without a doubt black man paradise. That's the only thing I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Well, so with me, man, I never actually did that. Let me tell you how my journey was. So I was going to PV and my money wasn't right. So somebody said, man, you ought to go to reserves. I say, yeah, that's a good idea. I can go to reserves and get the money, right? Like go back to school. So I joined the reserves, and then next thing you know, Desert Storm kicked off. So then they activated me. So I was in the regular army. So I never got to one of those bases. And I was over in Desert Storm for like 9 to 10 months or whatever. Yeah. And so that's how I actually became a veteran, because I was over there that long, because they activated me that long. Because usually as a reservist, you don't get to be that. So yeah, so I never was with I never got to go to a base. The only one I went to was my basic training base. And like I said, I'm back and just chilling. The next thing you know, they say, hey man, you got to report. And for the next 10 months I was gone. Now we did leave from Fort Hood, Texas. But so we was there for like a month and a half, but we never really got to experience it because it was just getting preparations to fly overseas. So that's what we did.
Now, you guys probably know this, but the Fort Hood it's called Fort Cavazos. Yeah. They changed the name.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Because he was apparently I guess a Confederate general or something.
Yeah.
So Fort Hood might be coming back. So.
Yeah, cool.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you still have man, there's Cowboy Joe's channel. I put it in the chat there. All you gotta do is click on that and click and subscribe to it. That's
right. Come on over.
That's all you have to do. I put it in for you, and that's all you have to do. Listen, we've been here for a while. Listen,
yes, sir.
We don't know when we coming back, but we coming. That's all you need to know. Just turn on wherever you watching, turn on the live notifications. Be ready for it. You'll see the Cowboys OG podcast there, and we will be back coming up soon. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night. Once again, this has been the Cowboys OG podcast. We'll see you on the next time around. We out of here.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right, fellas.
All right, brothers. We out. And I'll let y'all groove on your way out of here. Yeah.